Hey, this is the Rock the Final Boss, and you're on the Real News Talk channel. Recently, Odyssey Jones was fired by WWE for alleged domestic violence, even though Stone Cold Steve Austin was in a similar situation back in 2002, around the same time he took his ball and went home. Odyssey Jones ain't no Stone Cold. If you smell what the retro kid is cooking,
Yo, that's right. You know what the fuck to do. So this is Retronic Ice Cat on the Real News Talk channel, the Retro Kid, back at you again with another video. And this video is going to be about Odyssey Jones being released from the WWE due to domestic violence allegations. Now, as of this moment, they are just allegations. That's all they are. Just because somebody makes an allegation against someone doesn't mean that it's true. And sadly, Odyssey Jones seemed to be caught up in that. Just as he was gaining momentum, just as he was climbing up the ladder to become something special in a new day, and a possible heel turn from Xavier Woods, betraying the New Day, causing the group to implode, because he felt that Kofi Kingston was bringing in Odyssey Jones to replace Big E. But Kofi Kingston was reassuring him that that's not the case. He wanted to add him to the group because he would be a great asset, you know? And Xavier was just put on a brave face and said, okay, cool. Yeah, you know, I think I'm just bugging. And, you know, it's all good. But deep down, he wasn't really happy about that. But it looks like that ain't going to happen now because of this whole allegation thing. And I believe this could potentially be a witch hunt. Because why is it when a person is about to elevate, somebody always brings up old shit that happened years ago, apparently? You know what I'm saying? And we live in a society now where women, right? A lot of women out there have become opportunists to bring a man down, especially, you know, when he's trying to better himself, reaching new heights, and that they want to destroy his career already just as he's about to take off. You know, it's happened to Bill Cosby when he was about to buy NBC back in 2014. All these women came out the woodwork saying that how he did this, he did that to them. And now his career has been destroyed. He even went to prison for 3 years due to hearsay and speculations, even though there was no proof, no facts, no evidence, nothing. And this always happens to so-called black men. I don't know why. When a black man is about to reach a new level, he meets a new devil, a more sinister one. You see, this is the reason why one has to be careful what they do, especially if they want to become something in the future, because when you're finally in that spotlight, and you're about to reach new heights, right? And someone decides to make an allegation against you for something that you did before you came into the game, it could derail you completely. It could destroy your momentum in your career. And people won't look at you the same again. And people actually believe the accuser more than the actual person. Even though the person could potentially be innocent, they'll still take that person's side over your side. Even though there's no evidence, no proof. Because people like to believe rumors over facts and evidence. And that's the society that we live in today, unfortunately. And I believe that's what's happened to Odyssey Jones. You know what I'm saying? There must be someone out there that has been gunning for him for quite some time, but they were just waiting for the opportunity. Odyssey Jones was out with a knee injury for a little over a year. You know, he hasn't been active on TV for around 2 years. And then he ventured over to the main roster on Monday Night Raw to join the New Day. And now all of that has been thrown out the window due to this whole allegation. To me, it's a witch hunt. because there's no facts, no evidence, no proof. It's all allegations at this point. And the man lost his job because of it. Because of hearsay. Look at what happened to Enzo Amore back in 2018. You know, when he was about to reach new heights himself. And he was over with the crowd. Until some bitch lied on him, saying that how he raped her, only to find out that she lied, and she even admitted that she lied, and the case was thrown out the window. But he has never been the same since. His career has not been the same. He's been on the indies because that bitch destroyed his career over a fucking lie. Sure, he may have been a problem in the WWE backstage with other wrestlers and that, but come on, man. He doesn't deserve this level of, you know, derail. The guy had charisma. He was more of a manager type of guy than a wrestler. I believe he'd be a better manager because the guy can talk and he was well over with the crowd in the WWE. But it doesn't look like the WWE is going to bring him back. I don't think they're going to bring him back ever again. I mean, he tried to make an appearance in the WWE as a fan in the audience when he was making some noise at one of the pay-per-views and he got escorted out of the building. This was a few years back. But his career has not been the same since because of a fucking allegation. That's why one has to be careful, man, because like I said, when you want to venture into the game, the spotlight, and when you start getting recognition, and old shit starts to surface because someone wants to bring that person down, it could fuck you up in many ways. And it's hard to recover from. Because you just never know where you could be in the next 5 to 10 years. You could be a normal average person right now, and then all of a sudden you're in the spotlight, and then some fucking idiot, some demon comes along and destroys it all. Say that you did this, you did that. And all of a sudden you become the boogeyman, you become the monster, you become the predator. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel it for Odyssey Jones because right now it's all allegations. There's no facts, no evidence, no proof. And he lost his fucking job because of it. Now, most likely, he may never come back to the WWE ever again. Even though, potentially, he could be innocent. And the allegations could turn out to be false. They still won't bring back the guy. You know? Because with so-called black people, they're the first ones fired and the last ones hired. And that's the sad reality. Because he's a big black guy, they're automatically going to believe the accuser over him. You know, no matter what. There's no two ways about it. You know, as of this moment, Odyssey Jones is guilty until proven innocent. You know, that's always the case with so-called black folks. Now, that's the truth. And I'm not pulling no race cards. Don't think, oh, yeah, why are you pulling the race card? You're always doing that. Why do so-called black people always pull that race card? It's a fucking fact. Fact is fact. Take it however you want to fucking take it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm saying it how it is. If you don't like it, then you know what the fuck to do. I don't give a damn. I don't give a shit. I'm saying it how it is. I'm a grown-ass man. You understand what I'm saying? Fact is fact. Racism is real. Discrimination is real. You know what I mean? There's no equality. Everybody has their own favorites. Everybody has their own likes and dislikes. So miss me with that bullshit. I'm playing the race card. It's got everything to do with color and race. Most of the time. Anyway. You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear no bullshit. And I believe that Odyssey Jones has been unfairly fired because of this allegation. You know? I mean, in AEW, when Sammy Guevara made a remark about raping Sasha Banks all those years ago, He got suspended for it, even though AEW wasn't around back then in 2016. He still got suspended for it and he came back. And everybody's forgotten about it. You know what I mean? But in the WWE now, Odyssey Jones, he gets fired over an allegation of domestic violence. Make it make sense. I know the WWE and AEW are two different companies and both companies do things differently, but come on, man. They could have at least suspended the guy until further information comes out, but y'all just want to get rid of him like that? Man, I mean, look at Kiana James. Just as she surfaced onto the main roster, old shit comes out the woodwork with her saying racial stuff on Twitter many years ago before she even came in the spotlight. And what's she doing now? She's most likely in catering. She's in the doghouse. Or she's just, waiting to get released randomly because nobody knows what's happening with her. She hasn't been featured for a few months now. I believe bringing her on the main roster was a big mistake because it was way too early for her to even join the main roster because they had nothing for her. Even when she made her main roster debut on Monday Night Raw, the crowd was dead silent. She didn't get a reaction whatsoever. It just goes to show you that the crowd didn't really care about her like that. And in NXT, she wasn't that over either. So bringing her onto the main roster was a big mistake. Look at Lara Valkyria. She recently returned to NXT. Even she isn't saying much on the main roster, so they had to bring her back to NXT to reevaluate herself. You know what I'm saying? So bringing some of these guys to the main roster, look what they did to Dijak. He went to the main roster only to be released. You see what I mean? So this whole draft thing was just fucking pointless. You know what I'm saying? And it seems that a lot of these NXT wrestlers, right? Some of them are scared to go to the main roster because they may have some skeletons in their closet. Because they know that once they move up to the big leagues, the main stage, someone could easily decide to expose them for whatever they've done in the past. That's why some of them are scared to join the main roster. Not because they're nervous, but because they don't want anything of the past to leak out to the public that could destroy their career altogether. So I understand that, And unfortunately, Kiana James fell victim to that. That's why we have not seen her on TV since. She could either be in the doghouse or they just don't have any plans for her. Or they're just waiting to release her along with the other waste of wrestlers that have not been featured at all. So, yeah, man. It's fucking crazy. It's mad. The wrestling business is just so unpredictable. You just never know what could happen. But with Odyssey Jones, as of this moment, it's allegations. It's all speculations. We don't know whether he hit his partner or not. We don't know. All of this could be a lie for all we know. Just because the person don't like him. Because you got people out there that cast spells on other people and that use witchcraft just to fuck up a person. It's real, man. It's real. So one just has to be extra cautious, man. Because you just don't know. You just never know. Got a lot of demons lurking. They say that people want to see you do well, but they don't want to see you do better than them. Once you reach a certain height in the game, then the hate will reveal in a person. Especially the ones who you thought had your back and had your best interest. Nah, they were just snakes in the grass, waiting for the opportunity to strike. They want to see you on a certain level only to strike and bring you back down so you can crash. Not everybody in your circle wants the best for you. There's a lot of fake motherfuckers out there. You might have all these people around you, but trust me, a lot of them want to see you fall. Hell, a lot of them want to see you die. And that's the sad reality. So one just has to be aware of their surroundings, be aware of what they do, because this is an evil dog-eat-dog world that we live in. Because if you're not aware and if you're not careful with what you do, then you could get caught out there. You know what I'm saying? But I hope that the whole situation with Odyssey Jones is not true, and somehow, some way he could bounce back. But this is going to be a tough road for him. You know what I mean? Because many so-called black guys have had their careers destroyed due to similar situations. Even though Velveteen Dream, he had his career destroyed and tainted due to speaking to minors online. His career's never been the same. The WWE don't want him back, even though he's begging the WWE for another chance, but they don't want nothing to do with him anymore. And he had momentum when he was on NXT, and he could have been something special, but man, that's all been thrown out the window. Odyssey Jones, he could have been something special too. He could have been the next Mark Henry. He could have been a dominant force, but doesn't look like we're going to be seeing that anymore because of this shit. So yeah, that's my take on the situation. Let me know your thoughts on it, man. Because it's one of them ones where you just don't even know what to think. And you question it all. So this is the Retro Kid, Retronic Ass Cat, the Real News Talk channel. Until my next video, stay blessed, keep it 100. Peace. Oh yeah, I had to add this. Remember when Stone Cold Steve Austin assaulted his wife, his ex-wife Deborah, in 2002, and he was in jail for a bit? Remember that? And then some 8 months later, he came back to the WWE after taking some time off. And Stone Cold Steve Austin is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. He's the GOAT, no doubt about it. Did he get fired immediately? Right. Because Odyssey Jones ain't no Stone Cold Steve Austin, is he? Nah. He's just another nigger being thrown in the dumpster. I'll just leave it at that.